Hello. Welcome to
Hello.
the news.
Space Magic Edition.
That's right. The Space Magic. We are joined by the captain of Cardania. Welcome, Chris.
We salute you as your Ultra turns reporting.
What's up, guys? It's been a while since we've been on the news. How's it going?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been crazy.
Of course, the first interview we ever did together led to our love affair at Marbles.
That's
Hashtag
right.
never forget.
Yeah, we have you and us go way back now. We're like a thing. We're like a thing, you know.
Early connection. Early cNFT
right.
connection.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, Cardania has been doing a lot of really exciting stuff since we hooked up with Cardania and jumped on that rocket, and we're really excited to be riding along and to be seeing it all finally come to fruition. A lot of visionary stuff that is now starting to really be reality.
And connecting, interlocking, and
the Nexus is starting to put it all together.
Delicious.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I suppose. When was the last time we got together? It's been has it been a year?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. There was no Nexus.
We were talking about being able to harvest resources.
That was the hot new thing,
and everything had been built for that, and that's what we were talking.
Okay, so yeah, I think we had deployed living lands. That was probably that was March of last year. So I guess since then. So should I do a whole
where are we now? Where have we been?
Do a thing.
Okay, do that. So I guess since about that time, we've deployed a whole lot more stuff. We finished the card art with 9 different artists, which ended up this full set's about 400 cards, and we sold the last packs, and we actually built the card redemption architecture, which now lives at the Nexus.
Yes.
We also got the moving map working.
Dude,
also lives at the Nexus.
Map is so cool. Explain what that is real quick.
Sure. So each so our lands in Cardania are a little bit different than some other metaversal lands in that they move every epoch. They're tied to the Cardano blockchain, and so you'll have new neighbors every epoch. And the idea behind that is basically that it's a kind of a dynamic game board is kind of what we're going for there.
So we're gonna put it up here.
Yeah, just check it out, and it's really neat. And we've layered a little bit more functionality on that now. Like you can see your own lands. You can see lands that are listed for sale. You can see you can sort it by different types and all that stuff. You can see who owns it. That's a relatively new update. We have profiles, which we just added. And we've been adding a ton of profile pictures to the that are basically they're like unlockable in the Nexus itself. So if you have we've added, I think, probably 50. We have 50 different PFPs.
Metaverse, here we come.
I only have qualifiers in this wallet, but you see we got Clay and Hosky in there as an option.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. And you can even use Hosky to unlock Hosky, which is kind of fun.
Right. You have to spend some Hosky to unlock it. That's pretty good. Or Clay to unlock that one.
Yeah,
that's rad.
Yeah, it's in my mind, with Metaverse, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to bring in as much Cardano stuff as possible, in the spirit of Cardano and interoperability and all that. And it seems to be going pretty damn well.
I'm just realized.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's starting to get realized, which is so neat. It's just neat to look at.
This is a great integration here.
Yeah, you can kind of see the real estate now when it's up for sale. You can go check it out on JPEG Store.
The one thing we still we're gonna covet for a while is the freaking Christmas terraform that we missed when we were having the baby.
Hey, they're really neat. I keep getting requests.
Okay, good. I was kind of worried about it.
I keep getting requests to put them on the map as well, and have them generate chocolate or something.
North Pole,
the Christmas zone.
Yeah,
North Pole is always moving.
Oh man. Well, I have no packs to show off here because I just did my video to open them all. By the time we show this interview, that video will already be live.
Well, we could show
great.
So I just opened 8 packs today.
Nice. Did you get any ultras?
No ultras, 2 legendaries.
There you go.
Yeah,
Nice.
you know, I'll take it. There's
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
fun,
right.
though. And you can see, yeah, all the ones that we've opened that I've opened.
Yeah, it's pretty. I love it. I just love seeing it all come together there. Oh, we implemented. That's the thing I should note is that we implemented like a card leveling system. So that was our first dynamic NFT,
Yes.
where you can actually like over time you can level these cards up using rad and resources,
Wow.
and that that changes the metadata of each card, and it's just a cosmetic. It's just a cosmetic thing. I'm not trying to build like the most pay to win thing on the planet. But we're trying to give interesting ways in like any game where you're trying to upgrade stuff and
That's my
cosmetics.
highest.
There you go, level 23.
Working
Very
on
nice.
it.
Beautiful.
Very nice. Yeah.
And really cool here, you can see if you click the eye next to level, all of how long it takes for each thing to level up. So you can see by the time you get to level 100, it takes 10 days and 16 hours. Well, I guess it
takes a
switches over
while.
to that. At 60, once you
It's
pass
getting
60,
crazier.
it's just like stop. You have to stop leveling your
Curse
card.
liquid.
I actually haven't even added the art for like I think it's like level
That's
70 and
Well,
above,
you got
because
plenty of time judging by these
I've got a little bit of time,
yeah,
but
at least
I keep
50 days.
I keep worrying that someone's gonna get one and they're gonna be like, hey, what
Watch that.
the
I saw
hell?
Yeah.
someone at 50.
We've got I don't know who the highest card is right now. I think there might be someone at 60.
I
I'm not
wouldn't
sure.
doubt it. They're coming
I'm not
for
sure.
you.
There's a few very diligent card levelers out there,
Yeah.
which I love. I want it. I want all the rad back. So, that's a fun.
Pulled this.
I don't know.
Pretty cool.
There's just been so much. Like we've done so much stuff in the last year.
No doubt.
Obviously, a lot more work on the 3D side. We got starships coming up, which is very exciting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go to Twitter.
Sure.
Starships have been severely lacking in the cNFT community. Like,
It's very strange, right?
Yeah.
Like why isn't there was let's see. Well, I guess if you consider the bubble jet, maybe.
Yes.
And, for corn-
yeah, that's the only
comes to
thing I can
mind
think
for
of,
me.
and then I think
There
of
we
like Aeon cars, but that's not.
Yeah,
It's just
then
the
there's
closest thing I could think of, even besides.
the
Nothing
Rogue
like that.
Galaxies did one as well. I know they did some kind of a shipment.
Road Galaxies.
I love these frames on them. It looks great.
It's really neat, right?
It looks like I'm looking at video footage of this in some fancy space computer.
That's right.
Oh,
Beep,
man.
boop, beep, beep, beep. Yeah, they're beautiful. And these are all done by our artist Clay Price, who's just a fabulous 3D artist. He's built a whole bunch of different models, different weapons, different engines, and they're just gorgeous. And they're going to come with a bunch of interesting metadata, which you've been helping with actually.
Wonderful. Can we drop the name perhaps of this weapon that this ship has?
So this is the Scorpion, I believe, Mark II, and that's the let's see, that is that the twin gun? Yeah, twin hydro cannons.
Twin hydro cannons. You heard it here first.
Yeah, that's right. Check those out.
Look forward to lots of fun names.
I feel like
it's
so good for the soul to be like working on the stuff we're working on, because it's something that when we were kids we would have thought was cool too.
Yeah,
and I think that is meaningful.
Yeah, we had an interview yesterday with Nicholas Wolf, one of the card artists on Twitch, and that was one thing we kind of touched on. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I saw the whole thing. It was great.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that was one thing we touched on, was how it's just a lot of fun. This is all just like, it's all drawing on the same stuff that we did when we were little. We're just playing with action figures and toys and imagining stuff, So,
amazing.
Yeah, I always love to scroll through and see what's going on with Cardania. Of course, the Rad album is still minting.
Yeah, the album's another thing that happened over the last year. So you can mint it with Rad if you'd like. It's one of the first things that was able to be minted with Rad. The other was Citizens.
Yeah,
and I think we've sold just under 1,000 albums so far, which is crazy. I've never produced an album before, so
and this is just for Rad specifically.
Yeah, that
These
page is for
guys.
Rad.
Yeah.
So just a ton of fun, and we that album got an award from Nido recently
Woo!
for album of the year, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I can't believe these aren't going more. I mean,
I'm gonna go
it's
see
such a
Epsilon
fun. Oh
Starfire.
yeah,
oh, I hear him.
He's a part of this. He's always a part
That's
of this
right.
as well.
He's
We-
been a
we
part
first-
of
we first
Marbles
revealed
forever.
Yeah, we first revealed his name or his gender, or the sex during Marbles.
Yes.
That's right.
That's right. We've had a long history there. So yeah, I mean, everything's really kind of seeming like it's starting to come together for Cardania. What are we looking at for timelines? Would you say for card game or etc.?
So I think the first thing we're going to get out on the gamification side is we'll have some land battles here very very soon, because getting from like here to there is almost trivial at this point, because we've built so much on the map.
The architecture's there,
and that's going to utilize cards as well. So that's going to give people some just kind of stuff. That little game there is going to kick off before the Magic the Gathering style game. And we'll let people kind of chew on that, and we'll iterate on that as we go. And then because the main thing is our lead dev Eustasia is like, when he's released to just code the game, it's gonna be I'm guessing a couple months. I'm guessing a couple months of just face down in that.
get stuff done.
So trying to get all of the other stuff we want done in the lead up to that, and then just releasing him to go nuts on that. By the way, amazing dev, just a privilege to work with.
Absolutely. Yeah, Eustasia, however it's pronounced. He's out there, and he's done so many cool things for so many different projects.
I'm getting this little sunlight attacking my face here.
Oh yeah, you've got a reflection. It's going right in your eye. It's gonna pull the brim down really low on your head.
I know, ridiculous. Anyway, but yeah, that's all going really well. We did cNFTCon. You were there,
right? Yeah, I remember that. I saw you there.
That's right.
Yeah, that was such a fun time. cNFTCon every year, baby. Hopefully, love to keep.
Here's hope. I haven't bought our booth yet, but I'm pretty confident we'll be doing it again. I don't see why not.
So. A little bit of time, I think, coming into February here. Any how this is something I wanted to ask you, because you live somewhere northernly, right? You guys got snow up there?
Yeah, we got snow up here. We're like right near Canada.
Yeah. What's been your snow experience? How do you deal with it? Does it affect you emotionally? You know what I'm saying? Some people have strong reactions, and we're now living in Michigan.
Snow,
so
so you guys are in Michigan now. Yeah, the snow doesn't bother me so much, but what does bother me is when you're living as far north is you get a lot less sun in the winter, and that legit drives me crazy. There's definitely several weeks, which I feel like I'm just now kind of coming out of when you're not getting that sunlight. It's like actively impacting like your mood and like your mental health, and you're just like it's just depressing. I was dreaming. I was having actual dreams about like Mexico and stuff. I'm just like, oh, I get why people in the north often have another house that they go to.
Right. They flee during the winter.
And I get it. I get it at this point. I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense. Because just that lack of sunlight, man, it does a number on you. But I try to, I just try to deal with it. I have a little red lamp thing that I use.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're kind of a metaversal business pioneer. So like, what do you get out of your office at all? I know you have a fam, so you got to spend some time with them. But like, what's the vibe out there?
Well, I'm like a unique character in that I like to live in the middle of nowhere, and I'm quite happy doing that. And I've lived in like cities and stuff before, and I'd go out and do nightlifey stuff. But I don't know, sort of like where I'm at in my life right now is I'm just like that stuff doesn't interest me terribly much. I kind of mostly just like, like I'll play games with the kids and
Mhm.
we work on the property and that kind of stuff. But I'm not. I really don't. I don't get out too much, to be honest. I'm actually this weekend. I'm going to do some fun stuff with a buddy of mine.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
so that that's like a nice change of pace for me. But it is like that's actually one thing I've been struggling with. Last year is like we went to Vegas and we did that, but like otherwise I was just locked in.
Right.
But that's also kind of the gig right now. I feel like I need to be locked in with this for a while longer, and I suspect like life's all about balance. But I think if you're gonna set out to do great things, you kind of have to you have to sacrifice a lot of other stuff. So like, and that's just is what it is.
Yeah, I feel vibe with all that. I feel like I just want to live in the middle of nowhere. Well, we just moved to the middle of nowhere, more or less, and just want to like get in there and get some stuff done and enjoy this metaversal life that we have also. Because we still got,
Mm-hmm.
even if you're not getting out of the house, how many Twitter spaces do we go to? How many people are we
Mm-hmm.
talking to on Discord? It's such a weird. It's a whole new.
Yeah, no, I feel like I spend most of my day talking to other people. It's just that it's all in this sort of method, which it's okay. It's interesting. It's definitely a different change of pace, and I do like getting out and meeting people in the real world. But like just kind of where I'm at in life right now, it's not really a common thing. I don't know. I have considered like some relocation type stuff, just because as the kids get a little bit older, it's like
Mhm.
you want to give them different experiences and all that to kind of explore. And there's only so much they can do in the middle of nowhere, but they have almost kind of like a traditional upbringing, because it's very just like you have to use your imagination and
There's not
let
much
them play
else.
out like they play with the chickens and they other stuff, but they also like we play a lot of video games
Do
and other
their
stuff
their
too,
computer
so
stuff.
they're not total Luddites. If in fact they're much better at some of the stuff than I am at this
Uh,
point. I feel like such a
yeah.
boomer in a lot of respects.
It all keeps on changing. Everything keeps getting crazier and crazier.
It does. Yeah. I
Going
mean,
faster and
well,
faster too.
well, you and I keep talking about all this AI stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with this.
Dude,
I hate dropping an F-bomb, but like if there's an F-bomb to be dropped, AI is bringing it out because things are going to be things are very different. Now, I wanted to pop this up. You tweeted
yeah.
this or retweeted this video of an AI generated kind of scene with 3D models that are generated through AI.
Yeah,
And
this is a game changer.
this was very interesting. I thought it'd be a good jumping off point to chat a bit about AI and where you see it even being useful in Cardania and NFTs and worldwide, just your perspective.
Yeah, it's just I mean, to me, this is just obviously where the puck's going, to borrow a phrase from Jay Crypto. This is like art. Look, art is changing. Art is changing all the time. It's always changed, and this is just sort of a new a new vision of that. And as someone who's grown up and done a lot of digital art, you just kind of have to roll with it. And I think it can be kind of if I were if I were just a digital artist right now, I'd be so frustrated, because I'd be like, oh my gosh, AI. The promise of AI was that we all get to just kind of hang out and do art while the AI does all the hard stuff, right? And it's like,
Not,
just kidding.
not under capitalism, as it turns out. Who could have seen that
Right.
coming?
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, but there's going to be these different, there's any new technology has this kind of adoption curve, and if you, it's a
And
good time
disruption.
for you to just get good at this stuff, just get good at it and see what you can produce, and
Yeah.
I think there's going to be some value there, but for me, obviously, like, yeah, if you can produce high quality 3D assets like that through prompts, that's crazy. That's a game changer. Um, it's going to change how all of these big video game companies run. It's going to change how digital art is done, and we're getting to the point where you're going to be able to prompt a whole metaverse.
Yeah.
And like, what does
Create
that
a
mean?
metaverse.
Yeah, like, I don't know what all that means, but
We could ask Chat GPT what a metaverse is, and we'd probably find out.
yeah, man. But I spend a lot of time now thinking about different ways that we can integrate AI into Cardania. I have some like actionable ideas at this point, but I haven't moved on any of them just because we've got so much stuff happening. But I think this year I'll deploy something this year. I don't know what, but I have a goal this year. I'll deploy some AI application that's related to Cardania. So
It's great.
I just don't know. I just don't know what I want to do with it yet. Because it's one of those things. It's like there's so many possibilities. I feel like I'm still learning so much about it.
Yeah, and it's just going to keep getting. I mean, it's like more and more.
Yeah, man.
Month by month.
And just on just on the personal side, it's like, man, I would love to have like a Jarvis, like an Iron Man Jarvis. But at the same time, I'm very nervous about that in the hands of someone else. Whereas I want that for myself. So yeah, so I'm already like, I'm trying to work out the code base on all that stuff. And like, I'm not like a mega genius with this stuff. I'm just watching YouTube tutorials. I'm learning, VS Code and all that stuff and Copilot. But I'm using Copilot now, which is very interesting, especially for like a Rube. Like,
and what is Copilot? Because I'm more of a Rube, please.
Well, Copilot's very interesting. It's an extension that attaches to GitHub and Visual Studio Code, and it will basically assist you as you are writing code, and you can kind of tell it like, hey, I'm trying to make this thing, or it'll say, based on your queries, maybe something like this, and you can accept its recommendations or not. And it's very interesting. It's again, a game changer. That's what AI is going to do, though. It's just going to change. It's going to change every industry. I think. It's weird to live through.
I'm already trying to use it, in my day job where I can to save some steps, save some time when I can. It's beginning to be realized, the usefulness.
Yeah, I've used ChatGPT for some writing already. Needed some editing and stuff, but it was definitely a time saver. And I'm just excited. There's a lot of different applications out there for it that we haven't even thought of yet. So
storytelling, that's always what I'm trying to pay attention to. We've already got AI Dungeon that's been out for a while, and that's been as close to ChatGPT as I've ever been until until it came out.
One of the interesting game ideas is this sort of AI agents, NPC agents, basically, because you can really imagine a whole world populated by NPCs that are a cut above sort of current NPCs, right? Much more interactive, much more dynamic, just on their own,
and like
they're just living their life,
doing their own thing, and running into each other and interacting, and then it's just a simulation. You're just like in it.
It's really what it is. You could just spend your time watching different NPCs or APCs or whatever we're going to call them.
Go in and just change one little thing and see what happens. Just playing God, really.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It is crazy. On like the real world side, I'm definitely concerned about it, just because society's so polarized and everyone's so agitated all the time. It's going to be a nightmare for this sort of manufactured agitation industry, which is pretty big right now.
Yeah, it's on the rise.
But it's what it is. We'll see how it goes.
It's going to be crazy. For the world at large, absolutely. As far as gaming goes, my prediction is that we're going to see a lot of really polished crap. We're going to see a lot of shiny turds. Whereas before they had to do the art or pay for it or whatever, and that may have deterred them from doing such a thing. Now, especially with these 3D models coming out, I mean, you'll have no idea. Seeing it is not going to tell you the quality anymore.
Yep. Yeah, and I don't know. It brings up a lot of interesting copyright questions too that I've seen folks looking at, because like these AI models basically train on other images. Um, in 3D, I'd imagine it's very similar. You know, they're going to be training on 3D objects, and you know, what does it mean if an AI is basically taking your artwork and then maybe making some slight changes and then deploying it to a million people?
Yeah.
Like,
They need to have content like gates, like it can only scrape things that are in the public domain. There needs to be specific guidelines to training these things.
gosh, that's probably going to be like a whole layer of the internet, is like some sort of AI interaction, some sort of you know, tokens.
Eventually,
copyright
the internet will probably just be where the AIs live, and they let us use it. You know?
Yeah,
Versus
man.
the
Well,
layer,
that's a thing in
the whole thing.
that's a thing in cyberpunk, right? Where it's like they basically the traditional internet just gets taken over by like
Right.
sentient
They have
AIs.
to make these walled internets now,
Mhm.
because the main one is a jungle.
Yeah,
I think
man.
that's honestly kind of inevitable, unless
I
it all just
smoke a
gets
J
blown
now.
up. You know.
I think it's inevitable. Yeah, I think it's inevitable too. You know, there's so many applications for this stuff. It's like everyone's going to have their own AI. There's going to be mega AI companies. I was seeing some prediction today that's like someone was estimating that ChatGPT could put Google out of business in like 2 years. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know if that's true, but you know,
I think a lot of very specific circumstances might have to come about to make that happen. But I don't know,
yeah,
2 years in AI terms, where have we been in the last 2 years? It's kind of gone from under the surface to in the public eye and useful to
right,
people in a big way, in lots of new
right.
exciting ways. It's
Well,
scary.
and this is for like just bringing it into our context too, is like NFT projects or blockchain projects or crypto projects. It's like, we were talking about this on the Twitter space a few weeks ago, where Cornucopias popped in, and we were just there was this consensus sort of among all the creators there that it's like AI is making everybody just kind of like pause and like just turn in your chair and sort of like look at this thing and figure out how you can adopt it, because there's this sense that if you don't, like, you're gonna get left behind.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't matter like what part of tech you're in. I think is that you just kind of have to do that right now. And if you're not, it's probably going to be long term and to your detriment.
I think so. And I think even just looking at it and poking around at it at the very least, you got to at least kind of
Yeah.
open your own mental doors to this, because this is just going to be what exists now. It's like the internet, early internet, who used it, what was the point? And now we're kind of getting into starting the consumer stage where people are like, okay, I'm kind of digging this. And then eventually it's literally the entire world. It's like nothing is not on the internet.
Yeah.
So watch out, because AI is gonna get out the box.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, it's crazy. It reminds me, you start dealing with, there's crazy convergence of different technologies happening right now. That is just like, it really does look like every dystopia that humanity has imagined is like, now we're just going to put all these together. And, hopefully, what was that? We were chatting about this the other day, weren't we? We had that Simpsons meme.
We were just
We're
hoping
hoping,
that all the
we're hoping that
apocalypses would balance each other out, right?
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Perfectly balanced.
Oh man. Yeah, and I don't know. I'm a big like tech optimist person, and I think it's going to be. I think we're actually, entering into a really like good era for humans. But I think there's a lot of. It's going to be both. It's bipolar. It's a lot of great, a lot of terrible. So.
Yep, that's how it goes. Just
That's how
gotta
it
try
goes.
and ride those waves of change. Don't get
That's right.
swept under them, and that's tough. Oh man,
Yeah.
it's a crazy time, and it's a good place to be in NFT land. Even just because, I don't know, it seems like people here are trying the new stuff and trying to implement the craziest, newest things into what they're doing, and it's great to be able to see that happen.
Yeah,
I know that I
it's a
can't do much of that.
it's a super innovative space, like that's you have a lot of people here who are basically just enthusiasts, they're like tech enthusiasts and
Yeah.
you know, as much as I know it's not vogue to talk about the tech on Cardano at the moment, you know, that's why at least some people are here. You know, they're interested in this crazy thing. Like even just like stake pools. Stake pools are bananas as a technology, like non-custodial liquid staking. Like you don't have to give people your money anymore. Like what?
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
It's all crazy, man.
And only like you know, a few thousand people know about it.
Layers and layers of crazy
It's
truths to get us where we are, and that's kind of what we enjoy, I guess, finding out what the crazy new truth is and integrating it or experiencing it in some way.
yeah, that's right.
Oh man, well, we're doing it. Yeah, I'm really excited. You know, all this work that I've been able to do with Cardania and the some of the ideas that we have going forward has been such a pleasure.
Dude, it's a lot of fun. Like right now, we're talking a lot about dynamic NFTs. That's a sort of a hot topic at the moment.
Yes.
We were sort of planning to use the CIP 68, and then like my lead dev sort of like sat me down and was like, I don't know if this is a good idea. And I was like, oh, tell me more. And we just sort of went over the methodology. And made perfect sense. We've kind of already crossed that bridge. Like we've already done it in a way that we think is more elegant. Yeah, there you go. And so I don't know. Well, it's kind of crazy to think about. Like dynamic NFTs weren't even a thing until rather recently, and then here they are. And we get to
unlocking all sorts of new functionality, and you know, dealing with some of the issues that early NFTs had. You know, you can look at a project long term and realize that this sort of thing can really unlock some options, whereas some static things, you know, with projects that have
like I don't know, it makes me think that like maybe all the NFTs should probably be dynamic, or like all Cardania NFTs should be dynamic, but I don't know. It's also, I kind of like this idea of having these legacy static NFTs as well.
It's like, nice to see when it was minted and know that was that.
Yeah.
And there it is. I mean, they're all mementos. Well, this is a nice little article that you wrote up about this different dynamic NFT options that there are out there and why Cardania chose the one that it chose.
That's
which is a proprietary solution.
We basically, so I mean, we're basically just using simple transactions to update the metadata, whereas the CIP68 uses like it's almost like a twin token thing, and then the token gets referenced from the NFT token. It's just different architecture. It's a different way of going about it. And I think for maybe more just like very simple applications, it makes a lot of sense. Where you're like, and you have all the predefined, like where you want this NFT to go. And it's just XYZ. And you just build that into the smart contract, and it makes a lot of sense. But with what we're doing, like the concept behind Starships is that it's this metaversal vehicle with, you know, multiple models of both 2D and 3D of the same thing. So that ideally it's maximally interoperable across different experiences. In different games and that kind of thing. So it doesn't quite make sense for us, but that's okay. Different paths to the top of the mountain.
Yeah, exactly. I love that quote. Here's the Starship Mint, pre-order page.
Yes.
So pre-order, of course, you pay now and get NFT later, and prevents a big rush and load on the chain and whatnot. Of course, it does require a bit of trust from the community as well, which y'all have built up over. How long has it been?
Gosh, I think we're on almost year 2 now or something like that.
It's coming right up on 2 years.
It's almost, this is fun. You know, the pre-order thing, I wouldn't have done this a year ago because I felt like we were still sort of hopping over sort of technical competency hurdles where it's like, you know, like the live mint thing was really important. Mint on demand type thing to achieve, but we already did that. Like we've done that a bunch, and like we've already sort of demonstrated competency there. So I was like, let's just do a pre-order. We can just give it a whirl. see if people like it, and then they don't have to stress, because there's always people who are like, gosh, I can't be there at this time, I'm so worried about it.
Yeah.
And
I'm happy because I'm relaxed about the whole thing. I think mission accomplished
yeah.
there.
I actually don't like FOMO. Like, FOMO drives me nuts. It's energetically not good for the people engaged in it, because it's, it's fear, and like
Yeah,
I
fears
don't like
not
it.
ideal.
No, it's not. And like, I get it. Like, I get that, that can drive some sales.
It
But I'm like,
certainly can. It certainly
like,
can.
do we need to do that? Like, how about if we just approach it in a little bit more of a relaxed, enjoyable fashion?
I
That's
think
kind of
so.
my ethos.
So speaking of relaxed, customers can relax because they can request refunds up to the mint, which is
That's
on
right.
February 10th. So
Yeah, that's right.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I wanted to include that for a couple reasons. It's like, give everybody a little bit of assurance, and also, like, I saw something recently. It was like Porsche did their NFT mint, and they kind of cited a European law about refunds, and it's like you need to explicitly
Oh God, I saw
indicate.
that whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise people can request refunds up to like some crazy
Yeah,
amount, at least
in
in their
Europe,
viewpoint.
it's or the EU. There's like
Yeah,
some
whatever it is.
2-year period that it defaults to if you're not notified of your right.
Right.
It's
Right.
from 14 days to
It's
2
like, oh,
years if you fail to notify.
yeah, that's not great. So,
Yeah.
but we're all learning. Everyone
Yeah.
in the space is learning and trying to figure it out. And I think it's mostly just about integrating all these best practices and trying to make it better every day. That's kind of how we do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, Cardania is on a roll, and I can't
Oh,
wait
I
to see
should
where it goes.
hang on. There's a couple of things I should mention. We've also implemented in the Discord. We've implemented a resource swapping sort of. It's
Oh
not
yeah,
quite
the
a.
bot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called the Morpheum. It's built by Huth Solo, one of our other devs, and it's quite an elegant little swapping bot, and we're kind of building up more functionality around that.
That's
And people
right.
can give that a whirl, because I know not that's one of the challenges right now that Cardanians are facing, is like getting the right resources for
Yeah,
card
no
leveling and
doubt.
stuff
You
like that.
can't
So
trade it beyond just it's back to Discord trading days and like trading tenors.
yeah,
What
that's
what
right.
channel is that in? Do you know? I'm trying to so I can get out
If
of
you
here.
go to, hang on, I'm gonna pull it up here.
Is
Boop,
that
boop,
under
boop.
sales?
It's under sales, under resource trading. There's verification and live feed.
Resource trading. Oh yeah. Great.
Yeah. And then
Pop this
the
up.
only limitation there is that we're keeping all those trades under 100 USD a day.
Oh, like
Just
the
for
total number of trades.
Yeah, like any individual can only do up to 100 USD per
Oh,
day, because after that you kind of need to start doing KYC stuff.
yeah.
And I'm not
Let's start
quite
with
prepared
that.
for that yet. I do think when we launch a larger marketplace, we're probably gonna have to do that, but is what it is.
Here we go. So someone has offered 100 gems in exchange for 25,000 rad. So someone's looking for some rad. They're going to give up
Mhm.
some gems. Ooh, look at this. Quantum Dark Energy on sale for 45,000 rad. So
And
these are all
I do
listed.
want to note, I want to know, I put a tweet out about it, and I put some notices about it, but we're going to be, like, the resource marketplace is going to be set by Cardania. So there's going to be kind of set sales prices and stuff. So I just don't want everyone speculating on all
Too
these
much speculation, right? So you'll be able to purchase these things. Will you be able to purchase Quantum Dark Energy?
Quantum Dark Energy is probably one that you're not going to be able to directly purchase, because I feel like that would devalue the prismatic lands.
Good.
But we'll figure something out there. This is all just requires some time and attention and iteration and stuff.
Well, that's very cool. Glad to see that. Great.
What else we got to talk about? I don't know. There's so much. I feel like there's so much stuff. Cardania is such a crazy place that it's tough for me to.
Space magic? Do we talk about space magic? I don't
A
think we
little
really
bit.
have
I'm not sure if we. Yeah. So that's every Wednesday at 2 p.m. on Twitter. It's sort of our recurring Twitter space. We just kind of pick a few topics that are either NFT related or not. like we had one the other day that was what AI and like magic and stuff, and that was pretty interesting. I liked that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Well, yeah, if you like this kind of rambling discussions about, anything and everything that you got here on this show, then you'll love Space Magic because you can talk too. Wow.
That's right. Very
Join up.
interactive.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, so let's see. Anything else coming up? Well, we, of course, got Marbles Cardania every Friday where you can win yourself a one-of-one Aeonium artifact marble in the grand finale marble race. Been doing that.
Yeah, we don't have it this week. We don't have it this week, but we'll be back on the 10th. Back on the 10th for that.
That's right. So skip this one. And awesome. Let's see. That's
just a lot of stuff, man. Just a lot of stuff. We've just been trying to deliver on all the stuff that we wanted to do on the outset, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of it. We have the arcade that's also being built by one of our Blues pioneers, Jonathan Fishbein. He's trying to build sort of like a retro arcade thing, and we're utilizing we're basically utilizing UTXOs as the as a sort of like a game card. So like we'll fill up a UTXO with RAD, and then let individuals assign that to an individual, and then let them play for RAD.
That's pretty fun.
It's cool. We did like a Space Invaders clone as like a test with it, with like a Nami wallet integration, and that worked out pretty well.
Awesome. I remember.
It needs a lot more polish, and we got to beat it up a lot more. But it's it's going to be great, and we're going to tie that in the Nexus when it's ready as well.
Nexus is going to be popping. Yeah. What won't the Nexus do?
I think, I really do see Cardania as a space station in this sort of Cardano metaverse. We've got that's worth noting. We've got a couple new partnerships this year. Unbounded Earth and their pool UESP has joined Summon, and you can get their Earth tokens through the summoning pool.
Very cool.
Every epic, along with Monet Society. I don't know if we were partnered with them last time we chatted. I don't know if they'd launched yet, but Monet tokens, and Wari with Phoenix Arena. You can also get through the summoning pool.
Very cool.
So it's just it's a whole deal.
Spreading those wings. I love it. That's right. It's always adding. So I wonder if I could trouble you for a giveaway.
Perhaps. What are we giving away?
Spin of the wheel, perhaps?
You want to spin the wheel? We could spin the wheel.
I was thinking the first person to type RAD in chat will get a spin of the wheel. So have at it, viewers. Awesome. I'm so glad. I meant to clear this with you, but
Oh, it's all good.
All right. Well, I assume someone has probably typed RAD in chat by now. And if you haven't, you better get on that. And of course, I'll be watching in real time. And I'll make comments, and I'll be like, "You're the one who said it first." Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Ooh. Oh, it's still going. Ooh, an Astral Alliance card pack. Not bad.
That is
not bad.
Top of the line prize.
Good. What is that, like 300 ADA or something right now?
Something like that. So whoever typed RAD in chat first is going to get that, and we'll find out when we go back to live.
You must be a handsome genius or a beautiful genius.
That's right. What's up? Welcome back.
So we were just winding it down, unless you have any questions or thoughts you want to throw in here.
What is my purpose, Captain? What is the meaning of life?
You're on the spot.
Are you going to guide us through this AI new frontier? Can we look to you for guidance?
Well, I always tell everybody that they must choose their own adventure.
I remember that from early on.
Important to do that. You must guide yourself through these journeys. But I will be a fellow traveler with you. And
you'll hold our hand.
Yeah, hopefully we can enjoy all this together, and see where it takes us. Yeah.
That was a test. You did it. You answered correctly.
Pretty good.
We were trying to see if you were going to be a strong man, and you were not.
Buy my stuff and listen to me. I'll see you at the compound.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Look at this stuff. I've been making like health potion lately, like IRL health potion, and it's just a mess of stuff. And there's like beetroot and peptides and other weirdness. Yeah.
Gotta get your
Sounds
peptides.
delicious.
What
Yeah.
what
Put some
do
peptide in
peptides
your
do?
stuff.
Well, there's some questions about this. So there's some collagen peptides in here, and there's two schools of thought. They think some people think collagen peptides are quite good for your skin, but when you're ingesting them, there's some questions about whether that actually gets to your skin or not.
To your skin or
Mhm.
just to your anus.
Yeah, like I might just have really pretty intestines at this
I don't
point
know.
or something.
Your
I have
skin
to
looks pretty
assume.
clear.
Who knows?
I want to make
And
some
then,
potions.
I got chlorella powder in there as well. It's basically like it's supposed to help.
Cruella de Vil.
Yeah, like heavy metal detoxing or
Heavy
something like
metal
that. Like I don't know.
Cruella de Vil.
You heard it here first.
Anyway,
Top
But yeah.
ingredients for potions.
so
Yeah,
silly.
man. Well,
But that's that's what we've been doing. I think we hit most of the
think so.
notes.
It's so hard because we
Cardania
talk
related?
so much that I'm just like,
It's
it
hard to know
feels-
what's
normally
not
when I'm
caught
on the
up
news,
on.
I'm like, let's do this whole thing. Tell me all the
'Cause
new
you have
things.
no
I'm like,
idea.
I pretty much know. All
Yeah,
that
I mean,
stuff.
we hit the Nexus, we
Harder.
hit the Starships, we hit the Resource Marketplace,
Space
hit-
magic. Twitter
Yes,
space.
we hit
did
Space
get
Magic,
that.
Good.
we hit Marbles,
We even spun the wheel, which so
we
cool.
spun the wheel.
What a win!
we
What a
did it.
win! Whoever you
I think
are.
we did it. Yeah, we
All
talked
right,
about
I
those
love
PFP.
it.
Oh, I should say other projects. If you want to get in the Nexus, you just hit me a DM with your policy ID. I'm basically willing. If you're a project that's on Cardano and you're building stuff and you stand behind your collection, just send me a DM. I'll add you guys, and then it's all
Gotta get
good.
Mythos on there. The Mythos set would be a good one.
Mythos. Okay.
Yeah, the
Hit us up.
from freaking that
Early
collection that we
days.
made back in. Oh man.
We should add Dreams of Desmond on there as well.
Oh
Like, that's a
god,
cool
yeah.
one. We should get that on there.
I know Cajun Crypto Girl could get in there.
That's hilarious. All right, awesome. Well, we didn't actually do a nonsense now. I don't know if you have anything in your back pocket.
Yeah, I do. Hold on.
Oh, great. Well, then I'm going to play the intro for nonsense, and we'll do a bit of nonsense, and we'll close it out.
Cool.
All right. Love to dance.
Nonsense now, filmed live in front of our cats.
In front of our PNS studio audience.
Yes.
Okay. Pistachio Network Studios. Okay, now, which useless superpower would you rather have? Now, there are several to think about. I don't think they're useless. I think they're pretty good, some of them, but I guess they're just not as glamorous as some of the ones we're accustomed to.
Right.
So,
right.
1, no wet socks ever. Your socks could never be wet. Pretty good. 2, never have to wash hair, including any hair on your body.
Yeah,
Your beard is
long
always
beard
fresh as
like-
hell.
I was like,
Cry on command for the manipulators out there. Terrible.
Just a single tear when I need it could be
Yeah.
useful.
Just for emotional
Every time
impact.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could
Moving
just
on the
let
news.
one
Yeah.
go.
Dude, that would be
It's
a
a
pretty
good
good
one.
gimmick. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
a good one. Yeah.
Only you can. Never mind. Every sneeze, a tree gets planted. That's pretty nice.
Oh.
And $10 in cash every year.
Oh, hang on. I see someone.
There's
Hang on, I
cat.
see someone behind me. Did you see that little bun peek up over the edge there? Mrs. Cardania is back there, but she's hiding.
Uh-oh, sneaky.
Hello, my love.
We're
oh my
almost
God.
done.
We're almost
The
done.
cat.
guys. Don't worry.
Kitty.
Mrs. Cardania turned into a kitty.
Oh, that's the secret. She's one of those
She's magic.
animaguses.
I believe it.
I would say of those powers, the wet socks one
I did
sounds
see
pretty.
I saw your eyes perk
sounds
up
pretty
at that one.
That sounds pretty good. Like the planted tree one, every time I sneeze is like nice for the world and stuff. But we got a lot of trees. We're fine. That's gonna be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the socks and the trees are the best. I mean the Cardania Command is good.
That's guaranteed passive income for life.
You could buy some dry socks.
Have you ever had wet socks though? That's the worst. It really is the worst.
They'd be dry no matter where they were or just when you're wearing them.
No matter what.
Any
no. They have to be on your feet. They have to be on your feet.
That seems more fair.
They have to be on your feet.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's my choice.
All right, you can have it.
You could wear socks in the bathtub and they would be dry.
Yeah, they'd be like hydrophobic. Yeah.
You'd be like, check out my socks.
That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I like
it.
No
what would you guys pick?
$10 a year.
I guess I don't know.
I would buy fresh socks and throw my wet ones once a year. No, I'd probably do twice a year with $10. So, on the solstice and the equinox, that'd be my new sock days.
With inflation, though, I don't know if you're going to be able to afford, socks with just $10.
Oh, good point. Man, grocery shopping these days, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's a little rough. Though I will say my chickens are looking pretty awesome now. I'm like, man, that's a good investment.
Oh yeah. Gift that keeps on giving for sure. There, definitely.
So what about you?
When I was pregnant, I sneezed a lot. So maybe then I would say the trees, but I think I had to go with.
That single tier was pretty tempting, though. But $10 is $10, so I gotta.
Well, I guess it depends. If we were both getting it, then I would try to coordinate. But I guess if I'm just going in hot, I'm gonna go with the socks.
Damn, 2 dry sockers running around.
Yeah, I mean, I live in the winter, and I'm not accustomed to it yet. Dry socks is something that can help me up here. Yeah, and actually, it made me remember when I fell through the ice on a hike with your dad.
Just one
foot.
One foot.
But I went about
1 foot deep.
Yeah.
1 foot for 1 foot.
Yeah. Like up to my ankles, I guess. It would have been really nice to not have a dry sock at that point.
That's right.
Have you ever stepped in like dog pee with your socks on?
Oh God.
I try not to do that. I stay away from dog pee.
The worst. That's the worst.
When
I had a dog when I was growing up, and he would occasionally tinkle on the living room or whatever, and you wouldn't know it, and it would just be like this stealth, like, that sock's just done for the day.
And you know what it is.
That's pretty. That's heavy stuff. Well, with that,
warm.
Yeah, good way to end an interview. So awesome! This was a killer time. Thank you for joining us out of time, because of course this was shot 1 week.
I'm gonna get to watch a lot of it on Thursday.
Broadcast.
That's right.
If you see this on Thursday, just know that we will be shooting this in
beautiful
Tuesday, the coming up Tuesday.
Okay. Are you guys doing? Are you guys going to do anything for marbles this week or
Newsies?
Or during?
Yeah, I was thinking. Do we get up? Do we run our own thing? Do we have a fashion show? Maybe.
Who knows? Who knows?
It really just depends on how.
Because you're not going to be there. Okay. Yeah.
Might be a good time to just be like, okay, we don't have to.
Yeah.
Stay up with our baby because
it's also good. Yeah, it's good to take a break sometimes too.
It's
freaking out.
But I did want to thank before we go. I want to thank you guys for just being part of Cardania since the beginning. I'm very excited to maybe mint the Epsilon Starfire Zeppelin in the near future, perhaps.
Oh yeah, baby.
And
I want that in my world.
And I just thank you guys for your friendship. You guys have been so great.
Group hug.
Woo! Stella, get in here.
Stella, get out of here.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Well, we shouldn't wait another year and a half before we have
And we'll
you on
actually
the
all
news.
hang out at cNFTCon this year.
Yeah, we didn't get
That's
that
right.
dinner. We really wanted to grab a meal
It's
with
cool,
you.
man. Everyone was so busy. We got to see each
I
other a
was
little bit. It's all good.
pregnant.
It's
Yeah.
all good.
I didn't want
It
to
was
do
the
quite
pregnancy. We had to just say
Quite
no
pregnant.
to most things.
Yeah,
going hard
it's all
this
good.
year.
But we made it. So,
That's right.
That's true.
all right, Rad. Well, thank you so much again. And we'll back to you, Scott, in the newsroom.
And summer.
And summer, maybe. I mean, maybe the baby too. But
Who
we're
knows?
going back. Bye.